How's it going, everybody? Desir here. We are in our round 3 matchup for Cosmic Crucible. Once this round is over, we do have 3 weeks left, so that's 9 matches to go until the season ends and the next season begins. Now, hopefully we can keep finishing strong. We're doing really good this season right now. We're currently in the top 200. I do know that is a lofty goal, but I really want to see if I can get there and get into that Masters 2 before the season does end. My opponent today is very good though. We are going against Webslinger. I did face them a few months ago and they did end up getting the victory on me, so hopefully we can have a little bit of redemption going on this one. Let's go ahead and check out to see what their TCP is and what their defense looks like. Now, Webslinger is 123 million TCP, so this is going to be about a 25 million power punch of me. So it's a decent amount, but it is within the realm of reason as long as I don't really make any major mistakes on here. My defense has been doing very well for me so far these past few weeks, so I'm going to be leaning into that a little bit. As you guys have noticed, I've been doing a few sacks here and there just to make sure I get a very efficient victory out of this. Let's go ahead and check out the defenses to see what my game plan will be for this round. In stage 1, they have the Superior Knights team. That's the 4-piece Superior 6 with the Black Knight in there. For stage 2, they have Hive Mind Super Skrull Sasquatch. Now I do have to be careful of this one as Super Skrull is behind the Sasquatch, so I need to be careful not to push him for this matchup. For stage 3, they have the Infinity Watch. For stage 4, they have the X-Men with Old Man Logan. So that's 2 pre-taunts because of Phoenix and Bishop, the Reflexive Taunt with Panda Pool, Old Man Logan, and Nightcrawler. For stage 5, they have the X-Treme X-Men with Rogue, and for stage 6, they have the Spider Society with Mephisto. This is going to be a very tough one. I'm going to try to do the double sack, and hopefully I can get it on that 3rd hit. Let's go ahead and start my attacks. For stage 1, I'm going to end up using the Infinity Watch as a sack in here. Basically, I want to get the exhaust mechanic on the Black Knight, and that's going to make it to where the follow-up attack is going to be much easier on this one. Now that the sack is completed, I'm going to come in here with the new warriors. Gwenpool should be able to get the flip on the Black Knight, and then from there I should be able to get quite a bit of control as far as the turn meter rewinds and the insta kills from Deathpool. Now the ISOs don't really matter as far as making Firestar a skirmisher. Because the Green Goblin Classic will have those charges, I won't be able to put the ability blocks on them. So because of that reason, I will just make everybody a raider. Gwenpool will be going first here, and I'm going to use the special on the Black Knight. I was able to get the flips on the Black Knight, so from here, this is going to be very easy. Firestar is going to target on the Craven, and I'm going to use the ultimate. That's going to do the trauma with a lot of bleeds and get some turn meter rewind out there. Deathpool is going to spread those negative effects from the Kraven to the Green Goblin Classic and Spider Slayer with the special. Firestar was able to take out the Green Goblin Classic. Deathpool was able to get the ping to kill off the Spider Slayer. Cloak is going to use the ultimate on the Doc Ock, and we were able to get the kill on the Kraven. Dagger ended up using the ultimate. Gwenpool uses the ultimate as well. And again, Firestar's ping was able to take out the Black Knight. Now we have a very easy cleanup on the Doc Ock. For stage 2, I'm going to use Apocalypse, Red Hulk, Emma, Vulture, and Wolverine. Now I did end up changing that ISO on the Vulture for this matchup, so I won't have that same mistake as last time. Because Vulture is a skirmisher, when Apocalypse does the Falcon Punch into the Super Skrull, we will get a triple tap because Vulture is going to put a vulnerable on the Super Skrull, and that's going to cause Apocalypse to do that third hit, and that should automatically kill the Super Skrull if he does live through that Falcon Punch. Vulture will be going first. We're going to use the ultimate to get a nice turn meter rewind out there, and this is going to be the risky part. Red Hulk, I still use the special, so I was able to get the speed up on the Apocalypse. Apocalypse is going to use the ultimate, and luckily the Super Skrull did not get pushed. So we're able to kill off the Sasquatch. Apocalypse is able to use the Falcon Punch on the Super Skrull, and this is now a very easy victory. We're going to have Wolverine use the special. That gets lots of bleeds and pings out there. And now we're going to use the special from Vulture on the Void Knight. I'm just going to use the ultimate on the Void Knight. That gets the kill on him. And now all that's left is going to be the Carnage. For stage 3, we're going to use the Eternals, Kestrel, Ironman Infinity War, and Spider-Man Big Time. This should take out the Infinity Watch very easily. Spider-Man Big Time is going to be going first. We're going to target the Gamora and use the special. That's going to remove the revive once from the Gamora and Nebula. Now that Icarus is up, we're going to use the ultimate. We unfortunately did not get the double tap, but this is still going to be a pretty easy win. Cersei's going to use the ultimate as well, and the ping from Kestrel was able to take out the Gamora. Now all that's left is going to be the 3-piece of the Infinity Watch. The Iron Man Infinity War was able to take out the Adam Warlock with his special. Spider-Man Big Time's up, we used the ultimate on the Adam Warlock, and that did some nice AoE damage. For Icarus's turn, I am going to end up targeting the Moondragon and use the special. That did end up calling to Assistant, and the Moondragon almost got killed off. Cersei's going to use the special on the Moondragon as well, and that was able to kill her. For Kestrel, we're going to use the special into the Adam Warlock, that ends up killing him, and now we have a very easy cleanup on the Phyla-Vell. For stage 4, we're going to use our Cabal team with Kang and Titania. I was tempted to put the Preton in here, however, I didn't really need the Masters of Evil elsewhere, so I am just going to break glass, bring the Masters of Evil in here, and this is going to be a very easy victory on this team. Titania will be going first for us. We're going to end up targeting the Bishop and use the special, and that's only because we cannot start with the ultimate in this room. For Kang's turn, we end up using the special on the Phoenix. And that is a pretty good amount of damage on the Panda Pool along with the Phoenix. The Acid Attack also came in and killed the Phoenix for us. Nightcrawler does the special and unfortunately puts the stun on the Namor. However, we should still be okay. Iron Patriot comes in with the special. That does end up taking out the Bishop and the Panda Pool. For Leader's turn, we do end up targeting the Old Man Logan and use the special. The assist did come in and we got the kill on the Old Man Logan. For Kang's turn, we use the basic and that ends up finishing the match for us. For stage 5, we're going to use our superior 6 team in here. I did end up throwing the Mysterio in here as well, so that way we don't have to worry about the immunities that Rogue ends up having in this room. Green Goblin Classic will be going first here, and we're going to start by targeting the Forge and using the ultimate. For Kraven's turn, we end up using the special on the Forge as well. I want to get that ability block on him, and this does a nice amount of damage to the entire team. Doc Ock ends up using the special so we can get the Shocker out on the field. For Spider Slayer's turn, we do end up using the special on the Rogue. That does a nice amount of AoE damage as well. Now the pinks from Green Goblin Classic are doing a good amount of damage to the Gambit as well. For Mysterio's turn, we do end up using the special on the Rogue, so we have blinds out there and the ability block on her. The pinks from the Green Goblin Classic do end up taking out the Cyclops and the Gambit. Forge did unfortunately get pushed off of this. He used the ultimate and was able to revive the Gambit. The Green Goblin Classic pings was able to take out the Sunspot for us as well. His pings are really doing a lot of work in this matchup. For Green Goblin Classic's turn, we do end up using the special on the Rogue as well. That is a nice turn meter rewind, along with some pretty good damage to her. Now Gambit did unfortunately get his ultimate off. He was able to flip all of our buffs into debuffs, so this is getting a little bit dicey right now. Kraven's turn comes up, we do end up using the ultimate for him, and the Gambit ping unfortunately killed him off. For Spider Slayer's turn, we do end up using the ultimate into the Rogue. That calls the assist in, but the death proofs unfortunately save Rogue. Mysterio's turn comes up, we end up using the ultimate as well. Luckily, Gambit did end up getting counterattacked by Doc Ock and Green Goblin Classic, and that was able to take him out and Rogue. Now we're just going to tunnel down the Forge, and we should get the victory on this. It wasn't clean, but it was a nice one-shot for us. For stage 6, we're going to end up using our double sack method, and then we'll go in with our actual team, and hopefully we can get the victory on this one. Now usually I would use the superior 6 in this case, however because of the X-Men in stage 5, I had to kind of change things around a little bit, so this is going to be a little bit dicey. Hopefully it works out for us. For the second sack on this one, we're just going to go in with the Bifrost. Hopefully we can pull a few more abilities, and then we'll be good to go in with the actual team. Now for the actual team, I'm going to be using my Secret Defenders and Cosmic Ghost Rider. The targeting will be very important on this one, and it's still going to be sketchy because the Spider Society scales so well and they are farmable right now. Normally you'd want to swap out the Cosmic Ghost Rider for somebody like Doom or Dorm, however they're on defense. And I actually got that tip from Juicy, so big shout out to him for that one. Ms. Morpher Harlot will be going first for us. We're going to target the Mephisto and use the ultimate. That way we can do a nice turn meter rewind to the Penny and the Mephisto. Now this here is where I actually made my big mistake. For Black Cat's turn, I end up using the special on the Mephisto. You still want to end up using that on the Peter B. Parker. For Ghost Rider Robbie, I do end up using the special on the Penny. I unfortunately don't get the ability block on her either. For Photon, I do end up switching my targets back over to the Peter B. Parker, and I try to go all in on him. Now when I do end up using the special for the Cosmic Ghost Rider, that would actually put the stun on the Mephisto. So by putting the trauma stun from Black Cat on the Mephisto, it really didn't do anything. The way you actually do want to play this out is use Black Cat special on the Peter B. Parker, Ghost Rider Robbie special on the Penny, and then I would actually go maybe half in on Mephisto and the rest on the Peter B. Parker. Because as you saw, the Ghost Rider Robbie using the ultimate, Black Cat using the ultimate as well on the Mephisto killed him pretty good after he had those exhaust mechanics. The main issue with this matchup is that the Peter B. Parker and the Penny were able to rebound so fast that the damage output that the Secret Defenders has isn't really able to keep up with this, so we do end up losing this matchup. I'm still going to let this play out so you can kind of see what ends up happening, but I really don't get anywhere with it, as you already see. So I unfortunately did end up losing this matchup, and looking at the score, if I would have cleared that stage 6, I would have had the victory on this one, so I am a little bummed about that, but Webslinger is a very good player like I mentioned before. So I am now 0-2 against them, and hopefully I can start getting more plays against him. Because he's such a good player, I actually prefer to lose in these cases, that way I can try to learn something from my mistakes, so that way I can actually get better in the future. As far as the score goes, Webslinger got a 48,554. I got a 41,420. Let's go ahead and check out the defenses to see what ended up happening. For stage 1, I ended up doing the sack and then coming in with the new warriors in here. This did get me a 7963, so a pretty good efficiency score considering it is the Superior 6 and Black Knight. For stage 2, I definitely did get a little bit lucky on this one, because if I did end up pushing that Super Skrull, this counter would have failed and I would have had to come in with a cleanup on this. Overall though, I did get an 8367, so I'm very happy with that score. For stage 3, the Eternals with the Pegasus and Spider-Man Big Time combo into the Infinity Watch got me at 8363. That's actually a pretty good score against the Infinity Watch, so I will take it. For stage 4, I end up using my Cabal, Kang, and Titania into the Old Man Logan team. I just got burned too many times by trying to use the Apocalypse in there, especially if the Nightcrawler is involved. So I'm trying to be a little bit safer on this matchup. This did get me at 8369, so that was a pretty good efficiency score. For stage 5, the Superior 6 with Mysterio was able to get the one shot, but as you saw, Gambit going off definitely threw my efficiency down the drain. This got me at 8353. And for stage 6, I unfortunately didn't get the full clear on this one because this is a very rough matchup. Bring the Secret Defenders in here with Cosmic Ghost Rider, and the poor targeting definitely did go in my favor on this one. This did get me 5 points, and the reason I kept it was mainly just in case this came down to efficiency, so I'd get a little bit extra boost in the points at the end. Now for my defense. My opponent ended up using the Masters of Evil into my Darkhold Quicksilver Dakin team. This got them at 8365. My opponent also did the double sack method into my Black Order Mephisto team. They came in with the New Warriors as the cleanup on this. This got them a 7564. For stage 3, my opponent came in with Apocalypse, Tangled Web, and Emma. They were able to take out Rogue, but they did end up getting cleared out. They came in with the cleanup of the Annihilators, Doom, and Dorm. They were able to finish that off, and this got them a 7939. For stage 4, my opponent came in with the War Dogs to do a burn attack and get the exhaust on the Black Knight. They followed that up by going in with the Secret Defenders and Nova. They were able to clear out the team, but the efficiency was not that great. This got them a 7950. For stage 5, my opponent came in with the Illuminati team and did the mirror match. They got a pretty good efficiency score on that. This got them at 8367. And for stage 6, they ended up using their Cabal team with Vulture and Zemo into my Super Skrull and friends. This did get them a 8369, so a pretty good efficiency score on that one. Overall, my defense did what it was supposed to do. It gave me a chance to win. My defense had 4 defensive victories. That's 2 burn attacks into the Mephisto, 1 burn attack into Black Knight, and they end up dropping attack into the Old Man Logan team. If I would have had that clear on stage 6, I definitely would have had the victory, so that was just a poor play on my part with the poor targeting, and maybe I could have actually thrown something else into that stage 5. I debated about doing Masters of Evil there, but I did not trust that because of the buffs actually dropping off. So that's why I ultimately went with the Superior 6 there, and that's why I ultimately left it to where I had to use my Secret Defenders in stage 6. It was definitely poor targeting on my part, but that is where the learning experience does come in. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something from this as well, and a huge shout out again to Webslinger. You did awesome. Now if you all did like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.